Good morning, students. In the last class, we have learnt about how different tissues and organs exhibit the symptoms as tissue specific and organ specific manifestations, and symptoms and signs. They actually help in the identification of disease as well as its treatment. But how the treatment is carried out? What are the principles of treatment? The main principle of treatment is to make the diseased person free from disease. Means the disease has to be cured from the person, right? In this process, there are two ways. The first one is treatment is given to reduce the effects of disease. Effects of disease means like if a disease has taken place, inflammation occurs. Inflammation means recruiting the immune cells to the area of infection is called inflammation, because of which some swelling, due to which pain, and some pyretic effect. Pyretic effect means rising the temperature, body temperature, which we also call as fever, and sometimes headache, body pains. All these sort of things take place in the person's body. So, medication is given to make the person be relieved from the symptoms of the disease. Right? Medication is given to make the person be relieved from the symptoms of the disease. Next, as the second part of the treatment is given to kill the disease causing microbe or the infectious agent. So, medication is given to eliminate the disease causing microbe from the body. Why? If alone the treatment is given to make the person be relieved from the disease effects, it will not cure the disease. The disease causing agent is present still in the body. As long as the disease causing agent is present in the body, the disease is not cured. Then why we are giving the symptomatic treatment first? Why can't we go directly to eliminate the disease causing agent? Symptomatic treatment makes the person psychologically strengthen so that the body of the person will be properly responding to the treatment further. So first the effects have to be reduced so that the person is relieved physically and psychologically. Then the disease causing agent has to be eliminated from the body. Right. We know that there are different types of disease causing microbes like bacteria, protozoans, fungi, helminth parasites, viruses, etc. Except viruses, remaining each of these microbes will have certain essential biochemical life processes in order their growth and reproduction to be carried out. Okay. The essential microbial biochemical life processes are very much peculiar to each group of organisms. It means they are very specific. If you take bacterial biochemical life process, they are very specific to only bacteria. They are not shared with other groups. And fungal biochemical life process, they are very much peculiar to only fungi. They cannot be shared with bacteria. In the same way, protozoan biochemical life process are very much specific to only protozoans. they cannot be shared with other microbes, right? And helminth parasites like nematodes, platyhelminth organisms, all these things, they also have got specific biochemical life processes. Okay, so these biochemical life process, they cannot be shared with other groups of infectious agents. So examples of microbial life process are the pathway for the synthesis of cell wall substance. If you take the bacterial cell wall is made up of neuroaminoglycolic acid and neuroaminomuramic acid. Simply we can call NAG and NAM. NAG for neuroaminoglycolic acid. NAM, NAM, NAM for neuroaminomuramic acid. So, this substance has to be synthesized in the bacterial cell and which can be placed at the cell wall component. This substance is synthesized through a specific biochemical pathway. If this biochemical pathway of cell walls synthesizing substance is blocked, then cell wall cannot be synthesized. And if cell wall is not there, then the strength of the bacteria is very much less, which can be easily eliminated by either by the immune system itself or the drugs which we are using it. So the drugs are made in such a way that they can block the pathway of the cell wall substance. Okay, right. Cell wall synthesizing substance. Next, second pathway of the cellular respiration of the particular microbe or particular infectious agent. Every infectious agent has got specific cellular respiratory pathway, and we can use such a drug which can block this pathway. If cellular respiration is blocked, then the organism cannot synthesize any energy, and if energy is not synthesized, then organism is no more, right? The mechanisms of synthesizing new substances by human cells are completely different from the bacterial cells or other disease-causing infectious organisms. See, the mechanisms of synthesizing new substances means new proteins, new cell membrane substances, or any other biochemical utilizable substances. Okay, so these substances of the microbes and human body, okay, they may be same or different, but the mechanisms of synthesizing these substances by human cells are different from the other infectious agents like bacteria, protozoans, or nematodes. So, the drugs which are used as antibiotics against disease-causing infectious agents can potentially block or they can potentially affect the pathways of infectious agents without affecting much of human pathways. Why? Because already we have discussed the mechanisms of synthesizing new substances in human body cells are different from the mechanisms of synthesizing new substances in infectious agent cells, so that the antibiotics or drugs that inhibit these infectious agents can potentially block or affect only the pathways of infectious agents but not the pathways of human cells, such that through the specific mechanism of a very specific antibiotic against a specific group of infectious agent is different, such that though the specific mechanism of a very specific antibiotic against specific group of infectious agent is different, the broader mechanism is common among all antibiotics. Means what I want to say is antibiotic for a specific group of infectious agent can act in a specific way For example, antibiotic against bacteria, it will act in a very specific way than the specific way of the antibiotic against fungi or against protozoans. So, the specific mechanism of a very specific antibiotic against a specific group of infectious agent is different. But the broader mechanism is common among all antibiotics. What does it mean by? This mechanism is blocking the pathways of infectious agent without actually affecting our own body cells. So all these antibiotics broadly are in common. What are they doing? They are blocking the pathways of infectious agents. For a very specific group of organisms, specific pathway will be there. But they are blocking the pathways of infectious agent, but not the pathways of human body cells. So blocking the pathways of infectious agent without blocking the pathways of human body cells is the common mechanism among all antibiotics, though they are specific against specific pathways in their respective group of infectious agents. Okay, now making antiviral drugs, it is harder than making antibacterial medicines. Why? It is said that making COVID-19 drug is different, making anti-HIV drug is different, like that. So totally we can understand that making antiviral medicines is harder than making antibacterial medicine. Why? It is because viruses have very less own biochemical mechanisms. Viruses have biochemical mechanisms, but they are very, very less of their own. So, upon entering into human cells, how with this least number of biochemical mechanisms they can survive? Upon entering into the human body cells, these viruses start making use of the cellular machinery of human body cells for their life processes, like for the synthesis of their cell wall and for the synthesis of their genetic material. Okay, so virus is basically made up of an outer protein coat and inner genetic material. That genetic material can be RNA or DNA. To make their outer protein coat and to make their inner genetic material, they make use of the cellular machinery of the infecting cells only. Means to whichever the cell that they infect, from that cell only they take the cellular machinery and they will synthesize what all the necessary substances that are required for their construction. So upon entering into human body cells also, the viruses make use of the cellular machinery of human cells for their life processes. So as viruses have very less biochemical mechanisms of their own, as viruses have very less biochemical mechanisms of their own, there are very less virus specific targets as antiviral drugs. So any antibiotic is prepared by targeting the biochemical mechanism of that particular infectious agent. Since the biochemical mechanisms in viruses are very less, so targets also are less. So very less virus specific targets as antiviral drugs they are prepared. But due to the continuous hard work in the medical research, effective antiviral drugs are discovered, like antiretroviral drugs against HIV, antiviral drugs even against the present COVID-19 infection also. So this is how the treatment is given and different drugs are used in treating the diseases. In the next class, we will discuss prevention is better than cure, or how can we prevent the diseases from entering into human body.